Ariza, the myth, the man, the legend. Now, we all know he's about 35. He came here from Colombia to New York to California and all that crap. He graduated from San Diego State University. He has a degree in nutritional science, whatever that means. And he has never boxed a day in his life. Now, I'm not saying he had to know something about boxing to be a conditioning coach, but let's take a look at his background. He started working at the California State Athletic Committee. Okay, before he came across opportunity to train Diego Corrales. What was his first niche into boxing was Diego Corrales, and they offered him $1,500 a week to train him for Floyd Mayweather fight. Well, he did a couple of fights, and he eventually was his conditioning coach when he fought Mayweather, and you saw that went. So that didn't work out, and then he went over to Eric Morales. Then he started working with Eric. Now, what a lot of people don't know is Eric Morales fought Gudas Espadas. Gudas Espadas Jr. rather, and Gudas Espadas Jr. really beat the crap out of him, and Eric Morales couldn't move. And he claimed he had liver problems, and he blamed the conditioning, and the corner got rid of Ariza. So, pretty much blackballed. He started working with Angel Man Freddy for a little bit. Then they got rid of him because they didn't like the methods or what he was using. So he was pretty much out the sport of boxing. And this is like back in 2001 or 2002. So he started being a stunt man in Hollywood with his buddy who was doing stunt driving. He was in the movie Slaughterhouse Massacre. Okay, if anybody remembers that, he was the stunt man in that movie. Then he ended up moving to Las Vegas because that career wasn't working for him, and he started selling vending machines. So he was a vending machine operator in 2007. Well, 2005 and 6 and pretty much 2007. Then his buddy called him, his stunt double buddy, and told him he's training at Freddie Roach's gym, and then Freddie was looking for a new conditioning coach because of the Justin Fortune incident. So after that, he brought his nose in, started putting his resume in, and they sat down, and Roach told him pretty much, look, you can work with the rest of the guys, but Manny is off for like a year, so I don't need no help with Manny right now, but help me with these guys that I got right now, and then I'll judge you off that. So that's what he did. He went over there and got Adam Arlovsky and trained all the UFC guys. But see, the truth of the matter was, he wanted to try this Scientology, whatever stuff he's talking about, and Freddie Roach is old school. Roach ain't going for that. Roach is not finna go for anybody who might be linked to using any type of new scientific stuff unless he knows it's gonna work. What he can't have is his fighter fail a test. So sure, let him work with the MMA fighters. They gotta go to the Nevada State Athletic Committee, so when they fight or whatever, if they drop dirty, then he knows what you're using is not working. That way you don't damage his boxing credibility. So he put him with Tito Ortiz, Andre Arlovsky, and George St. Pierre. And they noticed improvement with him. Okay, so he liked the results he saw then. He saw that all those guys passed the test that they had with the Nevada State Athletic Committee, because that's exactly what he was looking for. And he said, okay, all right, you can work with Manny, but just don't F up his speed. And just make sure Manny's on weight all the time. So they put Manny Pacquiao on a 7,000 calorie diet. I don't even know if you call that a diet, but that's how it all started. Now, people don't understand it, but Alex Ariza, he has a program that he gets regular advice from. It's a guy named Terry Tom. He's a what they call a dietitian or whatever at UCLA, or kinology expert, whatever, at San Diego State. Okay, they went to college together. He does all the research on the exercise and what's the best way to do this and how much weight and how many calories. It all comes from him. Okay, he does the breakdown, and Alex Ariza just runs the program that he lays out, and he gets all the credit for it. Now, the first thing is they want to do is try to get the body to adjust to new muscles coming through as far as working the core systems, and he uses pretty much the shoulder to the pelvis, and he considers that the core. That's just the whatever to keep you thinking it's something not so complex, and it's just natural over-the-counter herbal supplements that he uses and blends together that works. And now, anybody absorbing 7,000 calories of food per day, that is too much high protein in solid foods, so you gotta eat at least every 3 hours, even when you're not hungry, which will cause somebody to go insane to consume that kind of food, and then try to get them to burn all that up. So he wants us to believe Manny Pacquiao eats 3 times, well, not 3 times, but at least 6-7 times a day while he's awake, even when he doesn't want to eat. Because that's how much time you're going to probably, my math is probably a little off, but 7,000 calories of food per day. And they're quoted as saying this. They went on record with this. And he even says, Manny tells me, when I grew up I never ate. Now I'm eating all the time and I'm miserable. That much food consumption can drive somebody insane. But now all of a sudden, he's not getting tired, and they're all showing improvement. Now the fighters he's got with Chavez Jr., Amir Khan, and they got a good program. But even he admitted all of them didn't do good when it first started. And there's people that he worked with that wasn't taking kindly to it, like Tito Ortiz, and they stopped the program. Now, the average human being, like us, walking around, is 2,000 calories a day. Now, 7,000 calories for somebody who's 140 pounds. Come on, man. You gotta be taking steroids. There's no way you go. Now, which one you gonna believe? Manny Pacquiao eating 7 times a day, or he's taking 1 cc's every other day? Which one is more likely to be approved? And all this, he's taking over-the-counter supplements and protein shakes, and then what's all the problem with the drug test? Why is it all these stipulations from the drug test? Manny say he gonna take it all the way to the test, and Khan's come out and say we say in 7 days. What's all this mystery about?